Hi guys, welcome to the start of this cozy vlog. Today I'm going to be introducing the 4 books that I'm going to be reading for this cozy mystery vlog. So we're just going to hop into some quick synopsis with this, and then we're going to hop into some fun pet sitting times with a cute puppy, some cooking, some reading updates, and just all that fun stuff. Let's go and hop into the first one. The first one is called Hot and Sour Suspects by Vivien Chien. This is the most recent release in the Noodle Shop mystery series. It is book 8 in the series. Book 9, which I believe is called Misfortune Cookie, will be coming out this year, I think in the summer. And this one basically takes place with Ellie, our main character, who is a manager at her family's restaurant, which is the Noodle Shop. And she doesn't like to cook herself, but she manages and she hosts and she does a great job with it. And basically her friend Megan, who's also her roommate and a bartender, suggests that they do like a speed dating event at the Noodle Shop to drum up some business during the slower time of the year. So they decide to do that, and everything is going great. It's bringing a lot of business until one of her friends, Rena, goes home with a guy, and that guy ends up dead, and Rena is one of the prime suspects for it. I love this mystery series, so I'm really excited for this. This is one of my favorite mystery series out there, so I highly suspect it'll be good. I love the cover art for this. How beautiful is this? All of these are from my library, so if you see a little sticky note, I'm just covering the name of my library, but very excited for that one. Alright, so this next one is the only one that's not technically like a cozy mystery, but it is a very cozy read, and it's so widespread on BookTube at the moment, and I've been looking forward to reading it. It's called Legends and Lattes by Baldtree, and basically this is a high fantasy novel, but with low stakes. So a lot of fantasy usually has like a lot of danger, a lot of I gotta save the world or the kingdom, or, you know, overthrow this evil king or queen or something like that. And this one is a very low-stakes, cozy fantasy read, and that really intrigued me. Our main character in this is Vivien, and she's an orc, and she's had kind of a more violent past. She's like been like a mercenary, different, you know, bounty hunter, things like that. You know, she's had a very violent past, but she's decided to settle down and really, you know, sow her roots and open a coffee shop. And I love that. I think it's so, like, it's such an unexpected thing, right? Like, I would never think that, but I love that so much. So Vivien finds a town, she does some research on a town where a coffee shop might be a good place, and she decides to open it. And this book kind of follows her as she's opening the coffee shop, as she's gaining friends and employees in the town. And there's a little bit of like a magical plot and some other, you know, a little bit of drama that happens, but overall this is like a very cozy, relaxing read, and I'm very excited for this. I don't read a lot of fantasy, but whenever I do, I usually enjoy it, so I'm excited for this. Let me know if you've read this. I know it's been so popular on YouTube. So this next one is part of the Bakeshop mystery series by Ellie. I absolutely recommend this series. It's incredible. It's called Live and Let Pie, and it takes place during the 4th of July. Our main character in this is Jules, and she is running her family's bake shop with her mother. It's called Tort. It takes place in Ashland, Oregon. It's very scenic, very seasonal, as you can tell by the beautiful, beautiful artwork on this. I love it. But basically, she is taking a picnic and taking some time away from the kitchen when she discovers a skull, which is connected to a 1960s missing person case. I love old cases that get incorporated into modern mysteries, so I'm already fascinated by the premise there. But not only that, but she's dealing with some issues with her romantic life, with her estranged husband, and she also has to deal with a landlord-like issue. And this man named Edgar is trying to make a deal on a plot of land near Tort, and there's like some drama over that, and unfortunately he ends up dead. So not only did Jules possibly have a reason to commit the murder, so some eyes are on her, but there's just a lot of drama going on. She's got the cold case, she's got the estranged husband and romantic stuff in her own life, and then she's got this man who just has died very recently near her, and I'm very excited. This will be perfect. I mean, it's not quite spring yet, but we're getting close. I can read spring stuff now without feeling weird. So this next one is part of this newer cozy mystery series that I've been reading. This is The Murder in a Scottish Garden. It's a Scottish Shire mystery, book 2 in the series. You got the cute Scottish Terrier here, which is written by Traci Hall. Basically, our main character, Paisley, is a 28-year-old single mother to, I want to say he's about 10, like 9 or 10. His name is Brody, and she's also the caretaker to her grandfather, who recently had some issues like with housing and stuff, and so he's living with them, and they're kind of developing a family relationship because they were kind of estranged before this. And Paisley is, you know, things are going okay for her, but she recently got an eviction notice from her landlord, And she's really concerned about this because her business, Cashmere Crush, which sells like knitting products, yarn, and she also does custom orders, is like their livelihood. That's their only source of income for her son and her grandfather and herself. So it's a really, really important deal that she finds this landlord and is able to negotiate with him so she can keep her shop and its like ideal location. However, her landlord is dodging her and she can't get a hold of him, but she knows that he is the heir to this estate nearby, and her son just so happens to be having a class trip to the estate. So she decides to tag along, very sneaky, as one of the parent, monitors for the class trip. So while she's there, she hopes to run into the landlord. Unfortunately, she doesn't run into the landlord, but she does find a dead body who falls out of the hedges, and it's actually like the cousin to the landlord. And so she starts to investigate that, and she has, she really has some skin in the game because she thinks, well, maybe if I can solve this, maybe the landlord will go easy on me. And she's also just very curious, of course, about getting justice for this man. Hi guys, welcome back to our first update. Our first update is on Hot and Sour Suspects by Vivien and Chien. This is book 8 in the Noodle Shop mystery series, and wow, it's immediately just got me hooked. I'm so excited. So basically, Lana and her friend Megan are hosting that speed dating contest at the Noodle Shop, and I've never personally done speed dating, but it sounds like a very stressful situation for me, at least as an introvert, but it's interesting to learn about. The mystery is well on its way, and I'm finding it fun to read along with. The friend that is in question for the murder is kind of acting suspicious in some ways, so I'm curious to see where that's going to lead to. But so far, excellent. I'm really excited for this one. I also want to share a mini little book haul I have. Just 3 books that I picked up, all cozy mysteries, but I did treat myself to a couple when we went to a big city recently, and they had a Barnes & Noble, and I was like, okay, let's try it out. So, first one I picked up is Against the Current by Olivia Matthews. This is a brand new cozy mystery series. It just released in January, so it is very new. This one takes place in Little Caribbean, Brooklyn, New York, and it features our main character, Lindsay Murray. So she's opening a West Indian bakery with her family. However, she gets into a fight with a local bakery owner who is not happy about the competition as she's opening up. She has a public fight with this person, and they end up dying, and she's a murder suspect, basically. So I'm really excited for this. I also picked up a book from one of my favorite series, the Bread Shop mystery series. This is called Death Gone Awry by Winnie Archer. It's book 6 within the Bread Shop mystery series. Our main character in this is Ivy. She's a freelance photographer, and she also works as an assistant bread shop, or like a bread shop assistant, I should say, at a local bakery. So the Mexican bakery that she works at is creating this new type of bread that they've seen on Instagram where it looks like flowers and stuff, which sounds really pretty. However, something shocking happens when this school board member is murdered. And Ivy is also shocked to find out that not only is this a shocking blow to the community, but this person who's murdered was actually a fling of her current boyfriend from a long time ago. So she didn't know there was a personal connection there, and so she starts to delve into the case with the help of her boss Olea, and Olea and her sisters run the bakery. It's just they have such a beautiful bond. I love reading about them. And then her 80-some-year-old neighbor named Penelope, who is really feisty and fun and gets into trouble with Ivy, and I love her. The female friendships are my favorite part of this series. Absolutely, I can't recommend them enough. And then this other one is a new cozy mystery series, new to me. It came out last fall, I want to say. It's called 6 Feet Deep Dish. This is written by Mindy Quigley, and this is the first in a series, but I'm really excited. This takes place in Geneva Bay, Wisconsin. Our main character in this is Delilah. She's opening a gourmet deep dish pizzeria. Let me know down below, are you a thin crust or a deep dish or somewhere in between kind of a person? Because I like my kind of classic thinner pizza, not like the super thin flatbread pizza, but just kind of the regular thin-ish pizza crust. That's my personal favorite, but I would definitely try her deep dish pizza. Anyways, this town is a resort town, and there's a lot of mobster history, which I think sounds really interesting. I'm hoping some of the mysteries tie into that. And basically, before opening night, her plans for pizza perfection hit the skids when her fiancé dumps her and leaves her with a very large memento from their relationship, which is Butterball, their very large, spoiled tabby cat. And things get worse when she finds a dead body and her aunt is holding the murder weapon. So this sounds incredible. I love pizza. I love pizza. I love the Pizza Lovers Mystery Series by Chris Cavender. That's actually one of the first cozies I ever read, and I still love it and own a bunch of them. Let's see. You own this one here, Pepperoni Pizza Can Be Murder, and I just love the series. So I'm hoping, because this series is over, that maybe this will be another one that can fill the gap in my soul for pizza, because I love pizza. So I'm really excited for this, and how cute is a cat named Butterball. That is adorable. So next little thing, I'm going to zoom you in on my TBR cart behind me because I want to pick out a couple books. I'm going on a trip. By the time you see this, I will be back, but I'm going to have quite a bit of reading time, so I want to pick out like maybe 3 or 4 cozies. I'm not sure. I'm tempted to bring all these, but I need to read some of the ones that are on my cart too, so maybe I'll let myself pick one of, maybe, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let myself bring my bread shop mystery one because I know this will be a hit. I've loved every book in this series, so I'm confident this will be a hit. And let's go and pick out 3 more books from behind me. I don't want to bring these huge books because they're going to take up a lot of space, so anything that's like really big or hard-covered, probably not. I do want to stick to more cozy, like, you know, just like fun, casual, lighthearted reading, so I'm probably not going to read like Charlotte Bronte while I'm on my trip. I don't know, maybe that's just me. However, I think this one could be fun. This is by Daphne du Maurier, and I really love Rebecca, My Cousin Rachel, all of those. This is the Jamaica Inn. It's supposed to be like a really suspenseful read. I think this one could be fun, and it's nice and small, and it's been sitting on here in a while, and I keep meaning to get to it, so I'm going to read this. The basic premise of this is that a woman named Mary has decided to honor her mother's dying request to join her frightened Aunt Patience and Uncle Joss Merlin at the Jamaica Inn, even though the coachman tried to warn her away from this. And this inn is on, as you can see, like a cliffside. It's very, like, all of her writing seems to take place like on the water, like stormy, kind of turbulent weather, which I think is really fun. And she gets basically ensnared in this vile, villainous scheme, and that sounds really interesting. So I'm excited for that. I'm gonna do that one. So we have that. We have the Bread Shop Mysteries. These are the books I decluttered earlier. I'll link my unhaul above if you want to check out the books I decluttered. I'm hoping to get some credit maybe at a used bookshop nearby. Let's see what else. These are more of my cozy mysteries compared to the shelf above. Okay, this one I've been meaning to get to, and it's ice cream themed, which I think will be fun. Very like vacation-y. A Game of Cones by Abby Collette. This is the second in the Ice Cream Parlor Mystery Series. I love this I can't even express to you how much I love the cover. Look at the spine on this. The illustrator, like designer of this, did such an incredible job. I liked the first one, A Deadly Inside Scoop. The mystery felt like it had like a little bit of a hole in it, like it didn't quite come together for me at the end, but the characters, the setting, the business, everything else was so charming and well written, so I'm really excited to see what they do, what Abby is doing for this book. And again, look, I love how their nails match the ice cream and the cover. Oh my gosh, I can't. I love the colors. It's so beautiful. So that'll be book 3. Let's do one more. Okay, so I do have 2 more ice cream themed ones, but maybe let's do a different theme. That's probably like a little repetitive. You know, let's just do this because I want to pick ones I think I'm really gonna like by authors and stuff I know. Let's do Jen McKinley's Dying for Devil's Food. This is the last one in the Cupcake Bakery mystery that I haven't read. So I've read every other book in that series, and I think we're up to like book 15 or 16. I'll pop the number on the screen. This is the only one I haven't read, and it takes place with a high school class reunion, which I think is going to be really fun. And Mel basically faces off against her high school bully. She's no longer willing to put up with it. She's much more confident than she was in high school. Unfortunately, the bully, Cassidy, is found in the bathroom dead, and she also has a note that points some suspicion on Mel. So now Mel is trying to solve the mystery. I think her friend... Alright, so this will be the picks. I will update you guys in future reading wrap-ups, so definitely hit subscribe if you're not already. But we have Bread Shop Mystery, Ice Cream Parlor, a suspenseful tale, gothic suspense, and a cupcake bakery. So we got some yummy food, lighthearted cozies, and a fun suspenseful read by an author I know I really like, so I haven't been disappointed by her yet, so I'm feeling really good about this stack, and I'm going to update you guys in some future videos on these. Alright, hi guys, I'm a little far away from the camera, but I thought you'd want to say hi to this little cutie. This is Nickel, who I will be pet sitting this weekend. It is now Friday afternoon. I've finished my work week. I am very burnt out right now, but excited to read. I do have an update on Hot and Sour Suspects by Vivien and Chien. So I finished this last night and it was excellent. I didn't really expect anything less because I love the series, but this is a strong 4 stars for me. The mystery really picked up for me. I enjoyed the characters. I loved seeing Megan and Lana go ahead and team up again to really solve things. I like how Lana's cousin Kimmy is starting to kind of join in on the sleuthing, so it's a little bit more of a trio situation now, which I like. So I really enjoyed this. The mystery was well thought out. It was interesting. It had a good pacing, so I was really page turning through this, didn't want to put it down. I love the cover. I think the colors on this are so beautiful, so definitely recommend this. And I also started Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldtree. This is like the coziest book ever. It's like a warm hug. I'm already so invested in Vivien, the orc who is opening the coffee shop. I'm so invested in her already. I love her as a character. I love that she's bucking like stereotypes about orcs, and she's really trying to kind of start clean, not go back to her more like mercenary adventurer ways, to really just rely on good business sense, and just I love it. I love it. I'm interested in learning more about Tandri, which is the other lady who's on the cover here. I'm interested in learning more about her. I've learned that she is a succubus and she is the employee that Viv hires to basically help run the coffee shop, and she also seems to have a good eye for marketing, which is really fun, like a good eye for like art. So I'm really enjoying this. It's really strange because there's not a huge plot line. Like I said, you know, unlike a cozy mystery, there's not like a mystery at the center. There's not a huge plot line. Like there's been some mentions of some things that I think will come into play, but there's really not a huge plot line. It's more just about following these characters and enjoying them, and I'm enjoying it. It's so cozy, and the writing is fabulous. Like you really get to know the characters, their personality, their goals, their intentions, what motivates them, and I love it. I love it. So that is awesome. I'm thinking I'm going to finish reading that before bed tonight, so I'll have an update for you tomorrow morning. And I'm going to go ahead and open a little bark box with Nickel, so let's go ahead and do that right now. You want to open a bark box? You want to open a bark box? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, Nickel is eagerly anticipating her bark box. Let's go ahead and give it to her. Oh, it's alien themed. Okay. Called the Plalian. Very cute. Oh my goodness. Oh, very excited. Oh my. Look at this. It's a little saucer. Very cute. Oh, take me to your dog. We have magic jerky bars, and let's see, jack-o'-loops with pumpkin. Oops. And last we have pumpkin and honey recipe small chews. What do you want to eat first? Do you want a magic jerky bar or a jack-o'-loop? What do you think, Nickel? Jerky bar? Okay, jerky bar it is. Okay, this smells really good. Ready, Nickel? There you go. Good girl. I think she's enjoying it. I'm gonna go with that's an affirmative. You want these? What do you think? Do you like the alien or do you like the little saucer? I think the saucer is really funny with the tennis ball. Yeah. All right, alien it is. All right, guys, that's our little bark box trio. Thank you, Nickel, for agreeing to be in this YouTube video. And I'll see you in the update for Legends and Lattes. Hi guys! So it's a little bit later in the day than I was anticipating. It's Saturday and I've gotten a lot of good reading done between last night and this morning, so I have quite a few updates. Let's hop into them. See, first update, I finished Legends and Lattes. It was so good. It was so good. It was incredibly cozy. It was so warm and comforting. The ending made me tear up like pretty badly. I was blown away. It was just so cozy. If you really need something that feels like a warm hug, there's no mystery, there's no like stressful plot line, you just want a warm hug and you like coffee maybe, or even if you're like me, you don't drink coffee but you kind of like to learn about the atmosphere and everything, you might enjoy this. It was so nice. The characters were all so interesting and unique in their motivations, and I really like to see them grow throughout the book. It was really interesting. And we have a little friend here who wants to say hello. Hi, Nicole. Say hello to the YouTube. She's saying hello. Hi, girl. Hi. Okay, you can go down now. Okay, I also started last night Murder in a Scottish Garden by Traci Hall. This is the second book in the Scottish Shire mystery series. I kind of gave the synopsis earlier in this video, but so far I'm really enjoying it. This one is quite fast paced. It gets into the action pretty quickly, so it's not a mystery you have to sit around and kind of wait for, unlike the one I'm going to talk about next. This one is really good. I'm really intrigued. I'm really enjoying learning about the Leary estate, which is where the events happen, and the Leary family. They're super fascinating. The matriarch of the family, fascinating. Really interesting character. Very, like, hard to tell her motivations sometimes. Like, she's very obsessed with appearances and how the family appears, which is understandable since they're a very renowned, like, family in the area, very influential. Of course you'd want your family to look good, but I'm just wondering how far is she willing to go. I'm very interested in the family dynamics for the Leary family. It's fascinating to me. So this has been a really enjoyable one so far. I'm about halfway through that. And then I also started Live and Let Pie by Ellie Alexander. I don't know, I like to switch back and forth when I'm reading. You know, sometimes I'm taking breaks. Like I was reading The Murder in a Scottish Garden first, then I switched to this on a different break earlier today. So this one is really good. Now this is book, I think, 9 in the series. I had jumped ahead to book 10 for the holidays because it was called like A Cup of Holiday Fear, I want to say, and it was a really good Christmas cozy mystery, so I wanted to read it while it was seasonal. But I've jumped back for this one. And you definitely have to be someone who really likes learning about the characters and enjoys like a cozy setting. And the first few books in the series don't start like this, but this one, it's like the first 40-50 pages, you haven't even touched the mystery yet. It's definitely very much about the characters and where the Bakeshop is at right now. And in this book, they're finishing up renovations on it, and it's really interesting. You're getting to hear about the aftermath of the mother's marriage, and like you really have to care about the characters and the town. So if you're not someone who likes as character driven of like a plot line and like as character focused, you wouldn't like this series as much, but the setting and the characters are what really draw me to the series. I really like it. I like both the mystery, like really heavy plot driven ones, and the character driven ones. Both are good for me. It just depends on the mood I'm in. But once we got into the mystery, this one has been really interesting. It is a cold case mystery, which I absolutely love. I think the cold case takes place like 60 some years ago or something like that. So it's definitely pretty far back. There's not going to be like, you know, a lot of witnesses or anything that they can interview. It's going to be very heavy on the forensics and uncovering like historical details, which I'm very excited for. So this, I'm really excited for this. Also, they made, what do they call them? Cherry almond hand pies. Does that not sound really good? That sounds really good. And Fluffer Nutter sandwiches, which have like Nutella, marshmallow cream, bananas on like Hawaiian sweetbread, and like it just sounds so good. This book always makes me so hungry. I was reading this before bed last night, and that was kind of a mistake because I was getting so hungry. Hey guys, so it's pretty late and I'm really tired, but I'm gonna wrap this vlog up real quick. I did finish Live and Let Pie today. It is Sunday, and as expected, I really loved it. It is part of the Bakeshop mystery series. I really haven't had any duds in the series. They've all been like consistent 3.5 to 5 star reads for me, really enjoyable cozies. So again, I definitely recommend the series if you like culinary cozy mysteries, and if you like ones that are really focused on like kind of the world building and the setting and the town and like character development over the series, I think you'll really like this. If you're someone who likes a series that really gets into the mystery fast, you may not like this one as much, because in the later books it definitely focuses a lot on the characters and kind of where they're at personally before jumping into the mystery usually, but just depending on your preference. Otherwise, I recommend it. This one kind of had some dual, like double mysteries in it, which I really like. I like the combination of a cold case, a contemporary, like a modern day case. I think the combination turned out really well, and this was just a really fun book. I'll probably end up recommending this in maybe one of my summer cozy mystery reads or something like that, because it's just a very springy, summery, cozy mystery. I almost thought it took place during the 4th of July at first, but it doesn't. But it is a nice like summery scene, as you can tell here from the setting. So anyways, that is the end of this vlog. I don't do too many reading vlogs, but let me know if you enjoyed this one, if you want to see more like this. I had fun filming it, and thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!